Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as we always do. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as we always do. And what we want to do, we want to invite you to be a part of the conversation. All you have to do is give us a call, 678 381 1973, 678 381 1973. Give us a call. The number is scrolling across the screen. The number is scrolling across the screen right now. Again, 678-381-1973. I want to, I always get started with something other than outside of the topic. And our topic is today is and the topic is it's gonna be amazing how this I'm anxious to see how this thing is going to go. But the topic for today is your hygienes destroyed our relationship. Your hygienes destroyed our relationship is our topic for today. Gonna be amazing. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see how that goes off. But what I want to talk about, I want to ask a question to start this morning. And the question I want to ask this morning is a real simple question. What is loyalty? What is loyalty? Do people know what loyalty is? Do they know what loyalty is, what it stands for, and what's behind the whole thing of being loyal? Who are you loyal to? Are you even loyal to yourself? What is loyalty? Give me a call, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Let me know what is loyalty. Does it still even exist? Does it still even exist in this day and time? Is anybody loyal to anybody? Or do people a lot of times just want to jump on the next ship sailing? If they feel like this ship gonna take them a little further, they're gonna jump on that ship and they're gonna ride that ship until the next ship come along. And when that next ship comes along, they're gonna jump on that ship and ride that ship until another ship come along that they feel will take them just a little bit further. What is loyalty? Loyalty and dedication doesn't mean anything in this day and time. 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. There's a lot of people that will say that they're loyal to you and to your cause and to the things that you're trying to do. Um, People get it every day. We all get it every day. But are they really loyal? Are they really loyal to your cause? Are they really loyal to what you're trying to do? If it does not line up with what they want to do in their lives, would they even give you a second guess, a second thought? 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973, asking the question, what is loyalty? Does loyalty still exist? There was a time where you could go to a friend and talk to that friend and say, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Y'all lay out the groundwork, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a done deal. You can know that when you need that person to be at a certain place, that person is going to be there. When you need that person to step up, they're gonna step up. That's just how it is. That's just how that thing roll. Is that the same? Is it the same animal today? 678-381-1973. Has anybody broke your trust? Has there ever been anybody that you thought you could really depend on, you could really count on, and they backdoored you, betrayed you, talked about you behind your back? Has there ever been some? Have you ever been that person that unfortunately did that to someone else? We're gonna open up this thing this morning. 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. My friend Tucson Raheem, I don't know where you be getting this stuff from. And I don't know, man. It just came to me this morning. I was setting up and everything. Well, actually, I was on my way here, and this question, I was listening to the radio, and this question had nothing to do with what they was talking about on the radio. Nothing at all. Nothing at all to do with what they was talking about on the radio. But what happened was it came to me, and I was like, that could be very interesting. That could be very interesting. 678-381-1973. Need your help, y'all. Give me a call this morning. Let's talk. Let's talk about what it is. What is this thing called loyalty? What is it? Does it exist? Is it a reality? Talk to me. Give me a call. Let me hear you. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Would love to have your feedback. Let me make sure my phone lines are up. Hit the wrong button there. Let's close that. We don't need that. Make sure, phone lines should be up and operable. Ain't that how you say that thing? That's one of the words they didn't teach me that word in public school. I learned that word somewhere else, but it should be up and let me say it again, operable. It make you feel good when you use one of the big old words that you only know what the meaning of it is. But anyway, man, y'all give me a call at 678-381-1973. Loyalty and dedication. Do they go together? Are they hand in hand? Can you coexist with someone without them being loyal and dedicated to you and what you're trying to do? Can you trust them? Do you trust them? Or do you side eye? Do you sometimes have just take and side eye a person when you're dealing with them? Got a call. Let's get this call in. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is the Morning Glow caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Captain Leonard, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Doing all right.
Good deal. Leonard, we're talking about something, and before we get into the topic of what we're talking about, and again, this is not the topic of the day. You always start with something different. What is going on in the political world that you come up to speed? And I want to ask you the question. And what I'm talking about right now is loyalty and dedication. Does these animals still exist in this day and time? But what's going on in politics, Leonard?
Well, I won't do too much commentating on the politics this morning.
Okay.
It's the same thing usually. Of course, everybody is still debating about COVID and all these type of things. But what's most important is what is our leadership doing as it relates to the economy. And you keep hearing people talk about such a dreary picture. But there are people making a lot of money. There are people still opening business. There's a huge push right now, even to get people back out into the economy, despite COVID. So that is huge right now because we may be looking at another shutdown.
Yep.
As it relates to the increase in COVID cases and things like that. And you wonder if the government is going to respond likewise. Because as you remember before, everything was shut down. People were complaining, but states still handle things the way they wanted to. So what may be going on in the South, like in Georgia, may not be the same as a place like New York.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Where some people experience extreme shutdowns. But if you notice, Atlanta was open for business.
Yes, sir. Everything's open. Open and ready to go. Right. Absolutely.
And then you have a governor here in Georgia that instead of doing what is best for this state, he's too busy trying to fight the mayor of Atlanta. So there's definitely an issue when it comes to what level of leadership you gonna trust.
Leonard, do you think? And we got another call. I'm going to go to that call as well. But Leonard, do you think the governor here in Atlanta is somewhat intimidated or threatened by the leadership, by the mayor of Atlanta? He governed the whole state, but is he threatened by her in any kind of way? Do you think?
Well, I don't know if it's so much threatened, but he's definitely jealous.
Wow.
Because one, nobody cares about this governor. I don't care about him. I don't know a lot of people who care about him. I ain't heard too many people say any good things about him. He was a despised Secretary of State.
Yeah.
So when you out of place, you tend to be intimidated easily by folks like the mayor of Atlanta. Because she is far more compassionate. Well, she definitely looks better than he do.
Yes, sir.
And even
yes, sir.
even when she's announced that she will not be running for another term, he don't have that freedom. to do what he wants to do. He is controlled by someone else and someone else's agenda.
Exactly. Let me go. We got another caller. 252 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Dr. Cook. Good morning.
Dr. Cook, good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. And you?
Hey, doing good. Dr. Cook, we talking. Now, this is not our topic for the day, but we're talking right now about loyalty and dedication. Being dedicated. Is there any dedication? Are people still dedicated and loyal to each other?
Very few and far in between.
Wow.
You still have some, but not many.
Now what has happened? Because there was a time where in our society where you could go and you could shake somebody's hand, and you shake their hand, you know you had a deal, and that person's gonna walk with you until the end. They're gonna stay right there with you, and y'all gonna do this thing together. But now, somebody shake your hand, look in your eyes, and stab you in the back with the left hand. They stabbing you in the back, and trying to manipulate and connive and do all kind of underhanded things to you. What happened? How did we get here?
I'm not sure how we got there. That's a question that really needs to be discussed. But I think that people families stop teaching one another. The meaning of family has decreased.
Okay.
There's an echo.
Oh, you hear an echo?
It's a horrible echo.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing it on my end. Let me see. Let me see what it is. Let me see. Is anybody on? Well, I know you're not on speaker. Dr. Cook, are you on speaker?
Yes, I'm on speaker.
Yeah, that could be it. You have to talk directly into your phone.
Okay. I think family, the idea of family is not that important anymore.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think people look at family anymore as being important. And so therefore the teaching that we used to have is really not there anymore. Now I teach my children to be loyal to who they are with. But that has to also be reversed.
Yes.
If you have friends that is not loyal to you, you do things for them and it is not done in return. You need to look and see who your friends are.
Yeah. And do an evaluation.
Because if someone can't do the same thing that you do for them, they're not friends.
Exactly. Leonard, what do you say to that, brother?
I'm not a big one on everybody else.
Now, I
would say that maybe
Leonard, did that take care of the echo?
No, the echo is worse than ever.
Okay.
The issue when you ask your question about are people still loyal, it's not about are people still loyal. It's usually gauged on the people that you associate with.
Yeah.
Are they loyal? Now, if you pick the wrong friends or the wrong people to trust, that's a personal issue.
Yeah.
I try not to have people around me that'll easily go the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not really rocking with you if we don't have enough in common to be partnering on things and stuff like that. I don't care nothing about if people loyal to you or not. But you don't have to be loyal to me.
Yeah, exactly. Let me do this. Let me shut the phone line down. Maybe something with the phone line. I'm gonna shut it down, and y'all give me 30 seconds and call right back, okay? So we can get see can we rectify this situation. Dr. Cook, call right back, okay? Let me see, can I get this phone line? I want to make sure that all the quality that we're bringing forth is good and as it should be. So let's see can we rectify the situation with the phone lines by when someone is talking. It does scratchy sound. Okay, we're gonna see can we fix that right now. Badger, where you at anyway? Badger, why you ain't calling here? Badger, you know the number, Badger, 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Let me see, can we get the phone lines back up? Even Leonard is scratchy. Okay. We just redid the phone line, so hopefully that's gonna take care of the situation. So we don't is it doing it when I'm talking? Is it scratchy when I'm talking, Badger? Okay, got you. Okay, so hopefully everybody will be calling right back in a second or two, and the phone line will be a better. It'll be a better fit. But and why we're waiting on them to call in? I want to say this. A lot of times, people don't know loyalty and dedication. People don't know loyalty and dedication because they never. Yes, when you're talking to, it might be something with the system. I had to shut the system down to bring it back up. Yes, when you're talking to, okay, yeah, it might be something with the system this morning because I'm hearing a little buzzing sound myself in my ear and trying to figure out where that buzzing sound is coming from. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay, let me see that. That's Dr. Cook. Dr. Cook, they say it's still a buzzing sound. Do you still hear the echo? Leonard, do you still hear the echo?
Yes, I hear it.
Okay, let me do this.
It's not as bad, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear it though. But
okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shut. I think it may be something with the connection that we have on the system itself. So I'm gonna shut it down and bring it back up, and hopefully that should rectify the situation. So give me a second or two, okay?
It's like I said, you're not echoing, but the people who call in are.
Oh, okay. And
Badger, so whatever that controls that.
Yeah, Badger, he's actually listening to us on the
cool.
on the screen, and he said that he said in the chat box that when I'm talking, he can hear echo when I'm talking as well. So let me shut the system down and I'll bring it right back up, and we'll get everything back up and running. Hopefully that'll rectify. Give me 1 second. We got that taken care of. Bingo, bingo. Now I think we're cooking. We're back up. We're running. We're cooking with hot grease. Cannot fry that chicken in water. I tried a couple of times and they said that's not no fried chicken because you put it in water. I said, Lord Jesus, why it ain't crispy? Because it wasn't fried. But and Leonard, you were saying that a lot of times what happens is the loyalty aspect of it is lost. In the fact that they're not okay. Somebody say sounds good deal, appreciate that. Yeah, you're saying that it's lost and not necessarily that they're not dedicated. Well, in the selection of the people that you pick, let me say it that way. In the selection of the people that you pick, not that they're not dedicated to you, but you don't want to deal with people or hang out with people. How exactly did you say that, Leonard? Help me understand it.
Well, it's just I don't generalize things. Like you say, well, people ain't no good. I'm not going to say that. There are certain people that are no good.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just generalize and say that no one's trustworthy or people ain't loyal no more. The people you deal with that gives you that perception.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You may look at somebody else and say they're not loyal or what have you, but that's not your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know how loyal that is or what is loyal to them. There are some people who will tell you that, oh yeah, me and my best friend and blah, 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 and then turn around and sleep with their spouse.
Wow.
But until that point, you swear they were so loyal.
Mm-hmm.
You missed something.
Yeah.
Those people were never really that loyal to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm very cautious about one whom I call a friend of mine.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think we got into it before about trust. I like how Cat Williams said it. I'm not saying you can't trust nobody, because everybody ain't to be trusted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you should not put your trust in men that way.
Yeah.
For them, people to disappoint you so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times do you allow somebody to disappoint you?
Mm-hmm.
The only people I allow to disappoint me are my children.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I have to tolerate them because they're my kids.
Mm-hmm.
But if you on the outside and you disappoint me once or twice, I'm through messing with you.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And so
I don't have that Tourette. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly. And see, and that's the thing right there, because I've heard stories, Dr. Cook, of people. I don't forget. I've forgiven them 10 times. I forgave them 10 times. They still continue to do the same thing. I forgave for this. I forgave them for that. Well, Dr. Cook, in that situation, you hate to say it this way, but who's the fool? If you forgave the same person 10 times and yet and still they still come back and do things against you and violate your trust in them, who's the fool, Dr. Cook?
You are. We are. If we allow a person to continue to do that.
Yes.
We have to go in situations with our eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
And I will admit that I was a fool at one time.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't allow someone to keep piercing your heart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying when people pierce your heart like that, you're the one that's being hurt. And sometimes people are just so naive, they want to see the good in people.
Mm-hmm.
And I allowed it to occur, but I grew up. And the thing is, you don't want to feel that hurt, because that hurt is painful.
Yes.
And people have to learn to open up their eyes. Just because you want that person in your life, that person is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to open up your eyes and see and let that person go. But some people can't, or some people won't allow it. They want it. It doesn't matter. They continue to feel that pain just so they can be with that person. And that person is not good for you. And I'm saying I will admit that I was that person years ago when I was growing up. But you mature, you grow, and you learn to let people go.
Absolutely. Now, some people have an idea, and I've never grasped onto this. I don't know. Everybody do things for their own reasons, But Dr. Cook, sometimes people say, I just can't live without that person. I can't live without them. They make me whole. They complete me. I can't live without them. That's a bunch, to me, that's a bunch of hogwash. But what do you say to that person?
To that person, I would say get some help.
Mm-hmm.
They need some mental, emotional therapy.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to get some help. That's the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are obsessive with other people,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that needs some. They need some counseling.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't live without an individual, they need some counseling, because how far are you going to go until you wreck yourself or wreck the other individual?
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Leonard, what do you say to that, man? They come to you, but I know they keep doing this. I know they keep breaking my heart, but I just can't live without them. I need them in my life. Leonard, what do you say to that person? Now, this is somebody that's close to you, and they come to you with this foolishness. What do you say to them?
Yeah. Well, then try to get them to sign the insurance policy. Make me the beneficiary.
Because it's not gonna last long, huh?
It's a wrap, baby. It's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap. But since we have this information, let's make it positive.
Yeah. Let's do something good with it. Let's do something.
You talk about you can't live without somebody. That sounds so TV.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, but it is just amazing to me how some people I really like that. You know, but that's so obsessive. So obsessive.
Yeah. And see, Leonard,
too much.
It's amazing, because a lot of time a person will say, I can't live without them. They complete me. They just make me whole, blah, blah, blah. And you say, well, how old are you? I'm 37. How long you been knowing this person?
Man, look,
how long you been knowing the person? 2 years.
You got people swear they in love and ain't but 20 and ain't but 18 years old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly.
Swear they in love. Just met.
Mm-hmm. Met 2 days ago. I'm in love and can't live without them.
Yeah, they so in love. You know.
Ain't that so cute? You know, look at that. That's so cute.
They take it too far. You're just going too far, man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like Dr. Cook said, they need some counseling quick.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, you gotta and I agree with that. They definitely need some counseling, because there's something missing. And so that leads you to believe, you know, or wonder, what is it that's missing in this person's life? Where's that void that's so deep in them that they feel like they can't live without this person? And how is this person the one person in the whole world that completes them? Leonard?
Wow. That sounds kind of wicked to me.
Yes, it does.
Most people selfish and possessive. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just selfish and possessive. And they want somebody to live that type of life with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And see, Dr. Cook, sometimes you have people that feed other people that thing. You know, you ain't gonna be nothing without me. How you gonna be something without me? This what they call it, narcissist. What they call it? What's that fancy word they put on it? Narcissist.
You're chopping it up there.
Huh?
You're trying to say narcissism, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it is. that's what it is. But you know, they so into themselves. They'll tell people, Dr. Cook, they'll tell them, you can't live without me. You know, you ain't nothing without me. How you gonna do anything without me? Blah, 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 blah. And they really believe that, and they try to make this person believe that they can't live without them. And this what they feed them, Dr. Cook. What kind of person is that?
Another person you do not need to be with. You don't need. That's a.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Looking for this word, that's a dangerous person.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Because that person is going to lead you to destruction.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dangerous person to be around, because that individual will mess up your psyche. Will mess you up completely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that individual is not feeding you anything positive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's a destructive situation.
Mm-hmm. Now, how much power are you giving them? Because, you know, you have to buy into the foolishness that they, and we got another call. We're going to go to another call in just 1 second. But you have to buy into the foolishness that they're trying to sell you, though. Because once you started buying it, they got you. So how much power are you relinquishing?
You get you're giving them 100% of your power because you're weak right now.
Yeah.
So you basically you will that other person your power.
Wow.
And that's a person with a very, very low self-esteem. And I'm sure that person grew up like that in the family like that. And you got to show that your children that they are important and their lives matter. And if you don't make a child feel like they're growing up, a child is not going to feel like they belong, and they're going to basically attach themselves to someone that basically someone make them feel like they belong, but they give that other person, excuse me, that complete power over them because they want to belong. And that happens in gangs as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Happens in these little cliques.
Yes, ma'am.
But you have to show children that they belong because children are so volatile.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Rico, good morning. How you doing this morning, sir?
Man, I can't complain. How everybody doing? Grand Rising.
Hey, doing good, brother. Good to have you, man. What do you say about this person, Rico? I can't live without him, or I can't live without her. And then the other side of the coin, this person telling the other person, you ain't no good without me. Man, before I came, what were you? You were nothing. Look at you. You were nothing. And now I come and look at you now. Rico, you got two different people, the sender and the receiver. What do you hear in that?
Well, sometimes you have to put a person in their place and let them know what the real deal is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do make a person. Sometimes you do provide for them the things that they wouldn't have had or they would have never seen had they not met you. And they take it for granted. They get a little big head, you know what I'm saying? So it does work on both sides of the fence like that. But most of the time, if a person is in that situation to where they feel like they can't do without somebody, they don't have any self-worth. They might not even realize it, but they value what other people think about them more than what they value about themselves.
Wow.
Now, at the same time, they might pop off at the mouth and say, "Oh man, yeah, I'm the man. I'm the head, HNIC. I'm that chick." You know what I'm saying? They might listen to a little Cardi B and get get riled up by that, the emotions that music conjures up. We get so easily influenced by music and entertainment, and we start trying to live it out. Before you know it, you have women and men that actually acting above what they really are. So, you have those situations where, people, like I said, sometimes people get out of hand and they forget where they came from. And then you have some situations where those that have been coddled, they have been learned to be dependent. They don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet. Then, they feel like they can't do without somebody because this other person might be taking care of them. They might have made them. If it wouldn't have been for that person, they might not have taken trips around the world and overseas. So, that's a true reality, especially when you are, I guess, what is this word? Not handpicked, but it's a certain word they use with a kept woman or a kept man. It's almost like your love is being rented. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna love you, but you don't have to do what I want you to do and what I want you to do only. But if you do that, you can receive all these things that I have to offer. You can live the best life.
It's conditional,
but you got to live by the way I want you to live.
Yeah, it's conditional.
Exactly.
Now, how would you deal with a situation like that? A conditional love.
I mean, I don't get into those types of relationships, but definitely it's easy to manipulate people that way. And that's all it is manipulation. And I think, it's and I know folks probably may be calling you, but I think there is something about that spirit in a person. And I think that spirit loves to possess women. Because it's once a woman learns that based on how she looks and everything else, she can get what she wants.
Yeah.
And then it's so crazy because you have men. I watch some people on Facebook and they're talking about he loves me, and they open up his bag because she keeps giving me money.
And the little girl was collecting all the little money that the boyfriend was giving her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she would pour it out on the bed and say, "Look at what he gives me." That may very well be the man that kills her.
Exactly.
So we have to be very, you know, suspect of those types of relationships that are so imbalanced.
Mm-hmm.
I know one young lady, you know, when they break up with some guy, they have to go to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go to counseling.
Yeah.
Simply because they gave up too much of themselves to that person. And now ain't nothing left but a bunch of heartache and disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
So people have to be real careful, especially that's how you move on the street. Because one, if you love me that much, I'm gonna manipulate you.
Yeah. Yeah. And Leonard,
if you say you'll do anything for me, go get this money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how that relationship starts.
Exactly. Now let me ask you this question, Leonard. Being from the North,
I'm not. Where did you say?
Being from the North, ain't that the North?
I ain't from the North.
You know what I'm talking about? The sag. What you call it? The sag? What you call it?
From the nasty.
Oh, y'all call it the nasty. Oh, it's graduated now. Now it's the nasty. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Now, now, what type manipulation have you seen? Certainly, without calling anybody's name, what type manipulation have you seen in the nasty along these lines?
Well, for first of all, you get to the point. It's not so much a manipulation; it's that's when people feel like they have been disrespected
mm-hmm.
or treated bad. That turns into violence.
Mm-hmm.
It usually turns into violence. You with somebody and all of a sudden you come out and all your tires and stuff cut up and window busted and folks following you around and all that type of thing. That's obsession.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what happens when you entice somebody and people start worshiping you.
Mm-hmm.
Because really what it is worship.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are trapping people into those types of relationships. Like say, for instance, a person that can convince you how much they love you on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Here you are, you never really met them at all. But the first time you meet them, because you've been talking to them, now you love them so much.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Like I say, that's your catfish, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Folks falling in love with folks and they ain't even who they think they are.
Yep.
See, I ain't never wanted to be that type of sucker in the first place, so I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you believe everything somebody tell you, you a fool.
Exactly. Mess around. How to say mess around and get catfished. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Tucson.
Tucson from Appaloosa, Mississippi. Did I get it right?
No, sir.
I didn't get it right. Okay, okay. From Appaloosa, Mississippi. There you go. I knew I get it right. But Donald, what do you say about it? And we're talking about loyalty and dedication. That's where we started this conversation. Is loyalty and dedication, does that animal still exist?
Yeah. It does. Some people just fool with too many people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we some people trust the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
Just grab a friend, like Leonard was saying. They just grab a friend off of. Let me go down my timeline and see how many friends I got. Oh, let me pick him or her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put your confidence in him, and they crazy. They cray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not only are they disloyal
to the third degree,
they crazy to the third degree.
Yes, sir.
They wrap too tight, and then they got a plan. Because of just for instance, you're already friends with them, and you get a friend request from them.
Mm-hmm.
How that work?
Mm-hmm.
So you go ahead, since y'all friends already, maybe you assume that they got another page they didn't develop, and you just go ahead and click the button. That's how we operate.
Mm-hmm.
in our search for loyalty and friends and somebody to agree with us, we push a button, and then you find out all your money going out your account because they need your help. When we do our we go, churches have gone live, and they, that's how our ministry is going these days. And you hear, they say share, comment, and like, and share your hearts, and people be doing that, and they making comments like, go ahead, oh yeah, say it, say it. And then all of a sudden somebody comes and they say, I'm in desperate need, fell on bad times because of the pandemic, and they put their cash app right there. And since you're in church, a church setting, you're so kind,
so loving,
and loving.
Yes, sir.
And want to be a servant of the Lord. You send them a little change. You might as well say, hey, I got sucker on my forehead.
Wow.
So you say loyalty and trust. What you say?
Loyalty and dedication. Loyalty and dedication.
Dedication.
Yes, sir.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's another thing. Dedication.
Hey, Leonard, you heard him this morning, don't you?
Leonard, dedication.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Leonard knows something about dedication. How many dedicated people you know?
Wow, Leonard.
See,
go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
Let me tell you.
No, I'm just, you got to have a small. See, I don't worry about that because my circle's small.
Right.
They can fit in my chair, probably.
Wow. Just you, huh? Yes, sir. Go ahead, Leonard.
I'm with Donald on that. You have your circle of friends. You can be nice to everybody, treat everybody with respect or whatever, but everybody ain't your friend and everybody ain't dedicated to your cause. I know a lot of folks, they start off wanting to do the right thing and then they fall off after a little while. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like with activism, for instance. You can have a great organization and do this and do that and then look a certain way. But really get down to it, you got about 5 or 6 people maybe that's really doing the work, But it takes a lot and takes a certain person to be dedicated and to be trustworthy and to be loyal.
Yes, sir.
And that characteristic is usually in their entire life. You know what I'm saying? It's not just when they meet you. You hear other people talk about what a decent person they are. Oh, yeah, I know such and such. A person's really dedicated. Yeah, that's a really good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So people talk about how dedicated you are, how loyal you are. Be careful about people who they ain't saying that about before you talk about they're your friend.
What?
You might want to check on that before you start dating the joker. How many people he dates? Can you call and ask other girlfriends how loyal he is?
Girlfriends. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to try to find out some information about somebody you trying to develop a relationship with. You come to you talking about, yeah, he look good, yeah, he this, that, and the other. He got 3 baby mamas. He gonna take good care of his kids. Somebody think he's gonna treat you any better. Look at his track record. And the same with her. Okay, you met her. Yeah, she fine. Yeah, she is, but she got 3 baby daddies. You number 4, fool.
Exactly.
So that's a record. You look at the record. What she's done. What other folks say about her.
And now you, every time you go out on a date, you got to bring food for you, her, that one, and that one every time because.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
You cannot want to see it. You cannot want to adjust your behavior accordingly. But it's still there. It's still the truth.
Exactly. Rico, what's on your heart? Dr. Cook, coming to you next.
Yeah, I like something Dr. Cook said earlier, and that word acceptance. you know, is a very big part of that loyalty thing, you know. And to me, I always felt like if loyalty and dedication was something you were concerned about, that means on the other end, you had to either be dependent or having an expectation from somebody for something. Such as a politician representing his constituents. You would hope that he would be loyal to his constituents and not get up in that seat and start switching up. Loyal to the people that voted him in, that he would be dedicated to representing them. And the people that he is representing, they're hoping that he's being loyal. They probably voted for him loyally. They probably were dedicated to him. The reason why he got that vote, because based off of what he said he was going to do, off his promises. So they had an expectation, and they were depending on him to stick to his word. So they wanted him to be loyal to them and his word. So I mean, you know, when you start thinking about why that even plays a part in the conversation, you got to understand that the other person is depending on something for that to even be an issue. Your lawyer, they're depending on you to do something or to be a certain way towards them. They're depending on you to be dedicated toward their causes or their agenda, their best interest. So, you know, I look at that end of it, and then going back to what you were saying about that can't live without somebody. That still goes back to what she was saying about needing acceptance. You know, some people don't realize they have any value unless they receive it from outside. That's when they start understanding, okay, man, everybody like me. I must be good. Everybody coming up to me, man. You know, you ever heard people brag on themselves, man, just from the least little attention that they get? Man, everybody love me.
Yeah.
They would just pat me on my back, man. They need that. They need that confirmation that they have some type of self-worth. You know what I'm saying? And then I look at a lot of men that feel like they can't be single because the last thing they want is to appear in the public eye that they are not desirable or worthy. That they are not a kid, that a woman don't want them, or that they can't get a woman.
Rico,
so,
you know what I heard women
like,
say? I'm going to cut you off, Rico, but you know what I've heard women say, man, and you probably heard this. Everybody probably heard this as well. I don't want no man that don't nobody else want.
Yeah, I've heard it. They'll think that it's something wrong with you, but they don't realize that sometimes it's you that's not settling.
Yeah.
So you refuse to go with the back and forth. You know, it's like I've seen people, even when we were younger and even as we've gotten older, man, they could get out of a relationship and be head first into another one within a month, doing a little bit thing, man. You be like, well, wait a minute, man. But I know just from the outside looking in that those are codependent people.
Yeah.
Those are people that don't find any value in themselves. So when they go home and lay in the bed, they think to themselves, man, you sitting up there laying in bed by yourself, all these women around here, man, what's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with you. Maybe some of these women ain't just right yet.
Yeah. And
maybe you keep going around these different women because you're going around for the wrong reason, looking for the wrong thing. Same thing with the women looking for men. You know, so or friends, just as friends, or you know, like I said, you voting on somebody to represent you in politics. You know, Donald Trump supporters, he wasn't really for their best interest.
No.
But they are loyal to him. So when you think about their loyalty, you start wondering, okay, well, what is it that they truly support about him? The reason why he has that undying loyalty.
That's good. Dr. Cook, how much trust do you give in the beginning when you first meet somebody and everybody talks so highly of this person? Oh, they're a great person, blah, blah, blah. How much trust do you give that person until they prove themselves to you personally?
You give them no trust. Really, I don't trust anybody. You got to get to know people in order to learn how to trust them. But we don't learn that growing up. We learn that when we're hurt. But you don't give anybody your complete trust. You don't trust anyone completely until you learn that individual. And so I'm saying when I look at a baby now, a child is totally different. They do have some instincts too, but when you look at a baby, they trust the person that they're with. They depend on that person. But as a grown, mature individual, you don't put your complete trust in a person because you have learned. You have the ability to reason, so you learn from that person who they are before you put any trust in them. But you never give anyone your complete. You never completely trust any individual.
Wow, that's good. Donald Tucson, who do you trust?
God. Want another answer? That's it.
That's it. Yeah, it stops right there. That's it. Ain't nothing else, man. What does you want?
I mean, really. And he'll put people in your life that you can learn to trust. But everybody's a suspect for to show disloyalty, and I don't know. It's hard to trust people, but you can't walk around here with your guards up all the time. You know. So now, when you first meet the person, I'll keep my eye on you for about a couple. No, not a couple of years, about 3, 4, 5 years. And, because when this is hard for people, it seems like somebody always have something that they want. They can't. We don't live in a society of givers. We live in a society of takers.
Yes.
Kind of like some children that are not children anymore. They're grown, but how you say that they spend all they got on their pleasures of life, and they borrow what they need. They put it in a different way.
Yeah, they pay for what they want and try to borrow for what they need.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I don't try to trust people. That's bad. You know, my pastor had sit down and told me. He said, stop telling people you don't like them. You got to stop saying you don't like people. And hey, I just and I don't know if it's because of, and it probably is, past, when we were growing up, I'm the last of 12 children. Okay? I didn't need no friend. I didn't know what I need a friend for. I got brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And we were told, don't fall out with each other. No matter what goes on, y'all fix that. Remember, we was talking about yesterday, how grandmother, papa, or mama, or whoever you want to call it, you fall out with a kinfolk, and they say, y'all come here.
Sit at the table.
Y'all, y'all fix this. Whatever y'all got going on, y'all fix this. And that especially was in the household. I don't care how, me and you two brothers, me and my brothers, and two of the brothers fell out with each other. They just was going at it. My cousin came, y'all stop that. And I said, brother, you better get out of here. You're going to get tore up. Because this family. Exactly. So no matter how we disagreed sometimes, but we don't fall out. I don't have that understanding. So I'm still like that. If I need a friend, I got some.
Yeah, exactly.
I pick one of my brothers and sisters.
Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Like what Donald said, my father's mother was like that. And there were 11 kids. And she was like, y'all ain't got no business falling out with one another. Y'all may have disagreements or what have you and get into it, but you got to fix that because that's your brother, that's your sister. Now, if you don't get mad at them and do them any kind of way, who can trust you? you know, sometimes I'm very close with my siblings. So when I hear about people that I ain't talked to my brother in 5 years, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that. And, you know, I always go, well, why didn't you talk to your brother or your sister so long? Because they may not have had the same relationship that how we were raised or how you were raised. Like families are very close. Some families are very close. Like I say, my grandmother from the same place Donna from. They come down in them places where family is everything.
Yes, sir.
And so you're not going to sit here and fight your brother and sister like you would somebody out in the street. Because one thing anybody hate to do is you don't want to make your mama mad or disappoint your mother and your father. And Donald saying, he's the last of 12 kids. What do you need friends for?
Exactly. Yep, exactly. You got plenty of brothers and sisters. Plenty.
But I like what Dr. Cook was saying because I've always been that way. Trust you for what? You know, that Rosby, you need to, I trust God.
Come on.
You'll do anything.
Come on.
You'll do anything. So that's why it's not a matter of you trusting somebody so much. Because the same energy that you use for trusting, that's how that energy going to come back when you disappoint.
Come on. Say
so like I said, I got some cats, I know that there's a couple like you can hang out with them for a couple of hours, but 2 hours and 45 minutes, you're going to be trying to choke the hell out of them.
God almighty.
Because they're going to make you mad. They're going to make you mad and they're going to do something. And you're going to be like, you know what? I tried. I tried. Some people you can't tolerate more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You start off good, and before you know it, it's going downhill. So that's why I don't deal with people like that.
Do you think some people just love the drama, man? And we got another caller. We're coming to you in just 1 second. Do you think some people just love that drama?
I don't think people love the drama is that they don't have no skill, no personal skills. Or they just very selfish people. And that's what I learned. People are just that selfish. They care nothing about you.
Yeah.
They're going to satisfy themselves first. Rarely do you meet people. And that's how I really judge a preacher or a pastor. You ought to be the nicest person in the house. You ought to be the most humble individual in the house. You ought to have the nicest demeanor. You ought to be the friendliest person because you're supposed to be the example. You're the shepherd, right?
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
But see, if I talk to you, talking about you ever such and such, you already got your nose turned up. I won't even fool with you no more. Because I know you're a lying hypocrite.
Wow. Good deal. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on right here? And it's Kurt, man.
Kurt.
Palm City, baby.
What's going on with you, Captain? How you doing this morning?
Chilling.
Good deal. Kurt, we're talking about loyalty and dedication. Does that animal still exist in this day and time?
Yeah. Still exists. And if it didn't exist, you wouldn't have people like Floyd Mayweather. People like Jay-Z. You wouldn't have, I mean, oh my God, this can go far and beyond. It's not a lost dog. I told a young lady, going in a restaurant, she was standing in front of me, standing behind me was an old lady. And standing beside her was a dude. And he jumped ahead of her, a white female. He jumped ahead of her and walked in the door and just let the door close in her face. So he had a partner with him, and she went to grab the door like she was going to hold the door for them to go on. So I said, excuse me, sweet. I grabbed her. I said, let me get that. She was like, oh my God, you're so special. And I said, look, sweetheart, chivalry ain't dead. He just went on vacation. That's all. Old black lady said, you tell him. Tell him, baby, tell him. But now I don't think loyalty and what you said, commitment?
Dedication.
Dedication. I don't think loyalty and dedication is dead. No, man, it's still here. we all are loyal and dedicated to something.
Well,
it
Kurt,
might not be what society says we're supposed to be loyal and dedicated to, but
Kurt, how many people do you trust?
How many people do I trust?
Yes.
You know, God done blessed me right here, so my numbers is not gonna be like anybody else's, and people might think I'm crazy. But I have a good 10 people, 10 to 15 people that I trust. That I trust with my life. But once again, what God has for me, He has for me. What situations God put me in, He put me in those situations. Right? You gotta understand, man. I got friendships that for the listeners anyway, I have friendships that we have been friends for 49 years, and I am 49 years old. We have been friends for 49 years and 9 months, and we are still friends to the day. You know, I have friends that's in prison right now for me. So I don't really have a problem in that area. The other thing I say is, you know, I like to be a realist. Stop trusting people for who you think they're going to be, or who you think they can be, or who you want them to be. You got to learn to trust people for exactly who they are. If you know this dude or this girl is a thief, then trust them to be a thief. You can't get upset when you know they're a thief, and then y'all go somewhere and you walking out the store, you done paid for your stuff, y'all shopping, and you walking out the store and they grab both y'all, take y'all in the back. You was a thief when you went with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Good. Absolutely. Let me pull somebody else in. Mutual line there, Curtis. I'm gonna go to Rico. Rico, how many people do you trust? Mute everybody. Mutual line.
Very few. Very few. And then, you know, when really and truly, if you break it down, I only trust certain people with certain things. Because there are some situations, you know, I live by a different set of principles than everybody else. You know, I think I told you once before, I live with the mentality that I'm going to accept all my judgments on the judgment day. And if God opened the door for me, or the universe opened the door for me to do what I feel like I need to do, and it's justified, it'll happen. And I won't suffer the consequences by man. And sometimes I've had to have my father or my brothers be somewhat of accomplices. And they never said anything. They just pray for, you know, hey, he got his mind made up, this is what he's going to do, so let me go and take him this thing and drop it off to him. And they don't say anything. Never said anything. But now, do I trust them fully? No, I don't trust them fully. I mean, there's been situations in the past where my brother might have actually tried to talk to some of the women that was calling my house to talk to me. Well, my brother don't know them, heard them. So, you know, I trust no man, because no man is perfect. Not one human on this earth is perfect. And if they ain't perfect, that means they ain't gonna never be able to keep every promise that they make. They ain't gonna be able to keep every vow. They're not gonna be able to stay dedicated and loyal to everything that they claim, or they took an oath to stay dedicated and loyal to. So you asked the question a second ago. The dedication and loyalty still exists, yeah. I mean, we still got dope things running around here not taking care of their children. They're dedicated to that dope. Milk and ice and everything else. So, I mean, yeah, we dedication and loyalty is still around. It still exists. And it goes back to what I was saying a second ago when I first started. It depends on what I'm trusting you with. Some things I can't trust my brother with. And most of those things, I say most of the things that I could trust him or my father with is because they know that I'm probably going to do it in a way, or that I would like to retaliate. But I mean, just like I said, just a certain principle that I live by. I'm real big on that loyalty thing.
Yes.
Certain lines you should not cross. You know, and when you see people cross those lines, that lets you know whether or not you can trust them or not. And I can honestly say there has not been one person on this planet that hasn't crossed the line and showed me some disloyalty. So, you know, and that's even on the outside looking in at other people's situations. I'm like, wait a minute, they weren't supposed to be there. So no, I don't trust anybody. And nobody's perfect. So you can't put that kind of trust in anybody to always stand by their word or keep a promise.
Exactly. That's good. That's good. Dr. Cook, what's on your heart?
I completely agree with everything Mr. Rico said. Everything. Really, I don't have anything else because everything he said, I would have said as well. Okay. I completely agree with what he said.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother?
You know, there are some now like I said about you know, we got family members that I can trust them with certain things. But I know that, for instance, I got some family members, I love them to death, but I don't tell them nothing because they talk too much.
Yeah.
If you wanna get the story out, tell them. If you tell them in confidence, you know it's gonna get out because they like to be the first one to tell. There's some that, you know, you can't just like some people you can't trust with money because they have none. What you gonna trust a person with money when they ain't got nothing?
Yeah, exactly.
If they spend everything they got, then why trust them with anything? And some people as far as loyalty is concerned, that's a hard pill right there.
Man. Yes, it is.
Because people these days are loyal to the wrong thing. Look how many loyal people there are that just I would say either I'm crazy or they crazy. Because stuff that they're loyal to, it really don't make no sense.
Yeah, and that goes back to
we loyal to and faithful to our opinion too.
Oh yeah, and that goes back to being loyal to, like Rico said, that drug that a person takes, being dedicated to that drug, and they do everything they could do. Their whole life is based around getting that drug and obtaining that drug. Anything and everything that they do is around that. Everybody mute your phone lines for me so we don't have any background noise. Everybody mute your phone line for me. Leonard, we got a lot of background noise coming from somebody's line. Mute your line for me. Leonard, if say if your life was on the line outside of your spouse and your immediate close family, like your kids or something like that, you could make one phone call to one person and that person would save your life. Who would that person be? Is there a person?
I'm gonna call my wife.
No, not your wife now. It can't be your wife.
I'll probably call. I mean, why would I call anyone else?
No, the stipulation is you have to call somebody outside of your immediate family, a friend or somebody like that. And
I call my best friend.
Okay. So you do have that person.
Oh yeah, there's several people I can call.
Okay. And you'll be totally confident, and they're going to do everything they could do to save your life.
No, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say they do the best they can.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Curtis, what do you say? Who would you call? Kurt, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Had to hit the mute button. What's your question? Who would I call?
Yes, you outside of your family, outside of your immediate family, you have to call one person, and this person is going to be responsible for absolutely saving your life. That your life is in their hands. Who would you trust your life to?
Cat Eyes, Trap, Kenny, KB, Sean, man, I told you, man. Like, listen, you know what? I tell you what. One of these days, I'm gonna fly you to Baltimore. I want you to bring the cameras and everything. I want you to record everything that you see, and I'm gonna take you around me and my extended family. I want you to record everything you see. Watch it for yourself, and then you'll see for yourself, like how powerful God has blessed us, man. Like God has really, truly blessed our shit. I've been around the world 2 times, and I have not seen friendship like we have. I tell my guys all the time, hey man, this is a blessing from God, bro. This is a blessing from God. When cats have new babies, you know, for the younger guys that had babies, those cats was getting on the phone calling us, the older guys, like, hey, look, man, she great going to labor. What I'm supposed to do? Hey, look, boy, you gotta do this right here. Oh, she getting close to labor. All right, now you gotta keep that bag by the door, boy, because you don't know when that thing gonna come. Babies come when they want. Look, all right, go to the bank, man. Set up an account. Put the account in the baby name. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch it. Put money in it. Every week you get paid. Put money in it. Give it to them when they're 18. I mean, man, relationships. You know, cats call each other, man. Like it, man. I'm telling you, God done blessed this union right here. But when I get a chance, I'm gonna fly you to Baltimore and let you sit around us, and you can record it, and you can see it for yourself.
Good deal.
No question, none of that.
Everybody, mute your line for me. Everybody, mute your line. Dr. Cook, who would be that one person that you will call?
I have one friend that I can call, but I know she will have my back. Now we did have some issues from years ago, but both of us have grown. We've matured mentally and emotionally. And we basically sat down as 2 grown women to discuss our issues, brought everything out in the open. And now we're just like sisters. And I think sometimes that those things occur in order for you to actually see the other person for themselves. And there was a complete misunderstanding. And some women just fall out and don't even want to talk to each other anymore. And I didn't want to be that type of woman. And so we were able to reconnect. And I can truly say that we are like sisters. We trust each other with everything now. We both have children now, and so we talk about them. We both have parents that are ill. Those are things that we can talk about, and we know that we've been through the same issues. And I don't have any sisters. I just have one brother. And I can truly say that she is my sister. And she basically can truly say the same thing about me, because I don't have anything to gain by not being loyal to you, by not being not loyal to her. I don't have anything to gain, but we have a lot to gain by being loyal to each other.
Yes, absolutely.
So I look at that, and I'm saying as young women growing up, we didn't know the importance of being loyal to one another, but now we have matured. We understand that, and it's a sisterhood, and we can talk about anything, and we will not get upset with one another. And it's about sharing how you feel, sharing your heart with one another. And as women and men, we need to do the same thing. But we know that some people want to get more than the other. with she and I, we don't see that because we already achieved most of what we want, and you can only achieve more when you grow together.
It's not a competition.
No, it's not a competition.
That's good. That's good. Rico, who will be that person you will call?
Well, once again, it depends on the level. You know, there's levels and limits to this thing. For the most part, whoever I would call on would be somebody that I think is dependable. And most times that's who I trust and that's who I'm loyal to. Are those that are more dependable, that can keep their word of make a promise and keep it. So I got my brothers. I got two half brothers. I can depend on them for certain things. You know, I trust them on certain things, and then my father. You know, but I don't trust no human being fully. You know, Donna said something a second ago about having family members that's broke. When it comes to money, you can't trust them. Sometimes you got family members that got money and they so greedy you still can't trust them because they want it all. They worth $1 million, but they know somebody just left a policy for about $250,000, and that little $250,000 will be a little bit more. More for me. So I mean, sometimes you really can't look at the fact that they're broke. Sometimes you got people that's doing well off, and they still want to make sure that they're doing well off. The more for them, the better. They ain't caring about nobody else, so they'll squeeze you out, manipulate you, have you go and start making signatures and getting policies put in their name. I mean, wiggling you out the way. Coming, I'm gonna handle the business. You just go ahead and handle this business. I know you suffering. We know how to deal with this type of stuff right here. Where the insurance policies? We'll handle it. You know, sometimes we'll look and we'll think because we have certain family members that are doing good materially, financially, that they are the most responsible and trusted people to handle situations like that. Or when it comes to handling insurance and funerals, you need to give it to them because they successful. They good with business. Look how good they live. But maybe they've been ripping everybody off. Maybe they've been scamming people. And they ain't just came out and told everybody, hey, we got all these nice cars because we scam people out their money.
Yep.
So, we easily get influenced by the eyes and think certain people are loyal or certain people are in a certain standard of life. We'll place honor on them based off the material things that they have. And in the process, we'll be fooling ourselves.
Exactly.
So, I mean, but you ask me who I trust, I would say I got a couple of homeboys, a few family members that, I would call on depending on what it is.
That's good. That's good. Tucson, who would you call?
Again, I'd call one of my brothers and sisters. And I just have to call them. There's still a few still alive. Thank God for that. We halfway down now. The rest of them are gone. So they still here, and matter of fact, the ones that are in this area, I'm gonna every time that or either one of us, we're gonna start the motion, and we're gonna look to each other. I seldom reach out outside the family. I guess I need a friend, huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I'm just saying. But now let me say this: it would be bad for me, and maybe this would throw something at somebody. I don't know. It'd be bad if I didn't feel like I could trust my pastor.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be bad.
Why would you?
That'd be really sad, really.
And I would question why you're up under that leadership. That would be my question.
Exactly. That would be questionable because you mean to tell me you quote following somebody that you don't even have any confidence or can think that you're loyal to them and they loyal to you, and and here you are, you say that's my spiritual leader, and you don't even trust the guy.
Don't even trust him. That's terrible.
Now, is there something wrong with him, or is there something wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. Who the fool? Who the fool?
Him or her?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Rico, we talked about trust and dedication and loyalty and dedication is what we're talking about. But let me ask you this question: how does it feel? And this is a personal answer for everybody. How does it feel, man, when the trust is broken? You trusted this person and they betrayed your trust. How does that feel?
Man, that's man. Look, that can be so painful. If you're not careful, if you're a weak-minded person, you might want to do something to yourself for being such a fool, for allowing it, for trusting this person. Man, how could I be so stupid? How could I be so foolish? Why didn't I see this coming? I trusted them too much, and sometimes you can't trust somebody and be a fool in the process of how far you trust them. Yeah, man, go to keep my house. Just come on in when you get ready. Like I said, when we were younger, I know I was like this, man. I had a real bad habit of going back and sharing my sexual conquest stories with my friends. And then they want to go back and try the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I would want them to, and then sometimes I wouldn't. They go back and tell anyway. Rico said, like, wait a minute, man. This is supposed to have been between me and you. I mean, come on, man. So, I mean, that happens, man. You could end up in a situation where you tell somebody something and you end up in prison.
Yep.
Or maybe they just flip it around because you opened up and told them something and they knew how to manipulate it and switch it to where it could come back on you. Because you tell them too much of your business. You leave yourself too vulnerable. Some people, I was at a couple of my friends' house the other night. And for some reason, man, I don't know why. People like to run off what they make a year. I get this from retirement, and I get that from retirement. I make $160,000 a year. This is what my house costs. I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, you bragging.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary information. And little does he know, you know what I'm saying? You got some people that sit back want to compete and they want to be envious, and then you got some that's going to start trying to find a way. Any little way, the minute they find some type of way to sabotage that or cut into that, they will.
Yep, exactly.
So, I mean, you have to be very careful of that, man. I mean, because like I said, sometimes you will open up the door to the enemy.
That's right. That's good. Dr. Cook, how does it feel when the trust is broken?
It's very, very painful. Very painful. Very painful. Now, I was listening to Mr. Toussaint when he was talking about loaning money out to your family. Now, that's one thing that I basically told all of my family members because I was burnt several times. I'm a person that I'll give. I like helping people. But people take advantage of your giving heart. And just like they need their money, you need yours too.
Yes.
And so I basically grew up and I basically told everyone, I won't be loaning any money out to anyone. I said, the only money that I'll give a certain amount of money because that's something I know you probably won't give back to me, but I'm not loaning large amounts of money out anymore. So people say, well, you can't just do that. Everybody's not like that, but you don't realize I've seen that in you too. So I just told everybody now I don't trust you because you don't care about me. You only care about what you can gain. So I don't loan out any money, and I don't tell too many people anything about me. And this is family as well, because family has hurt me too. But I told everyone I still love you, but people have this tendency to hurt people and not realize they're hurting them. So money, I don't loan. I'll give what I can give, and then I leave it at that.
That's good. That's good. Kurt, how does it feel, man, when the trust is betrayed?
What's that? How does it feel when the trust is betrayed?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you again, bro. Like, I don't go through that, man, because I trust people to be exactly who they are. I don't tell that lie to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I know you to be an untrustworthy person, I already know that you're gonna violate that. You're gonna violate whatever trust I give you. Now, how did it feel in the past, years ago? You know, it felt for me, it hurt, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it hurt. It cut beneath everything I believed in, bro. You know what I mean? But I learned as a result that, you know what, Kurt, real talk, you saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't want to admit that we can see something right there in our face.
Yeah.
Like, we see it coming. All of the signs is there, all the flags is there, but yet we still don't want to admit, I can't believe this person did this to me. Well, hold on. Pookie been smoking dope, shooting dope for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You let Pookie in the house,
Right.
and now you upset because Pookie took your TV.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You knew Pookie had a problem. So, you know, a lot of times, man, this is just my personal opinion. We don't want to admit that, you know, like, hey, I played a part in this. Like, you know, like, this happened to me because I didn't pay attention to the flags that God sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, man, that's just too much drama for me, bro. I just don't have them people around me, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's just too much drama. I'm too old for all that foolishness, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we talking about issues. I mean, we speaking on issues that I can understand it if you was 20, 25, 30.
Mm-hmm.
But after 30, you don't get no excuses as to why such and such did you wrong. After 35, you don't get no excuses as to why such and such did you wrong.
Should know better.
You don't. For me, well, how wrong did you do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you let this person into your life, you let this person into your space, you gave them total access. That's another thing that I noticed. Like, for some reason, people think that they supposed to have total access to you. No,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to give nobody total access.
Mm-hmm.
You're still a human being. You was born by yourself. You're going to die by yourself.
Come on. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You stand before God. Pookie ain't going to be standing with me.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Let's go to Tucson. Tucson, how does it feel, man, when the trust is broken?
I look in the mirror and say, "You stupid."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really. I mean, seriously. And I like joking, clowning, but when you didn't got there or been there before, and you let your guard down, and it happens again, you kind of feel kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
we say the limited amount of people that we can really have trust in or that are loyal, and then you put yourself out there again, and here you go again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, goodness, I got to the point that the gate closed on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no welcoming mat. I took the welcoming mat from in front of my door. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is. You know, if I can't work it out, and here's the thing, and everybody, I don't know about everybody, but some people, every once in a while, you need somebody. Even for even financial matter, I don't reach out to nobody that I can't give it back to them within a week
Mm-hmm.
or a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, for instance, love him to death. And I know he loves me. But I know one thing about him: don't ask him for a dime.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? He says, "I hate to break up the family."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I understand that, and we good. Because that would be, and he would if he, because I know he has. It's not the question of whether he has it or not. It's the reasoning behind the no.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not his children, the answer is no.
Yeah. Yeah.
My nephew tried it one time. He was moving to she called himself moving, and he ran out of resources between Louisiana and Illinois,
Mm.
and he ran out of resources in Mississippi. A
Good Lord.
long way to go.
A long way to go, brother.
Okay, you ain't got that far.
Mm-hmm.
So guess who house he stopped by? My brother.
Mm.
You know what the response was?
Nope.
You should have made better. You should have made better plans.
That's true. Factual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need to tell me, and that's a lesson in life. We need to make better plans. Even if you're stuck in a situation, you need to analyze your. That's what I'm doing. Because I don't know about everybody else, but I don't have to start over
Mm-hmm.
a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you start? I start by staying still. Because hey, it's my fault that I don't have many friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who you gonna reach out to? You just wait it out. It'll work out. The one thing that you have to do is start with your own resources.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how that works.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that feeling. That's not a good feeling. So it won't happen again. I done shut the door.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Rico, what's on your heart, brother? And we just missed the call. Call right back in. We missed the call just now. So if you have an opportunity, definitely give us a call right back. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Some may wonder, well, me, myself personally, I would ask myself, well, why does it hurt this bad, this betrayal?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it hurt so bad? And it's just because some things you aren't supposed to be worried about when it comes to certain people. Could you imagine having a brother or sister or somebody that you grew up in a house with, a father that raised you, but then the minute you get married, you say, you know what? I ain't leaving you here with my brother, my dad. I don't trust them. That's messed up, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
But for your wife, number one, your wife might be like, well, wait a minute. What you mean you don't want to leave me here with your brother?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your brother may not have given you any reason to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, it's just you because you seen it happen to somebody else and you're paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe your brother did. But see, the thing is it happens. And so that's painful because that's something that you wouldn't expect. You would expect your brother or your father to have more love for you than to be tempted.
Mm-hmm.
And the fall of that temptation. Temptation is something serious, man.
Yes, sir.
Especially when it's deviant. So yeah, you trust your father. Yeah, I trust my father and my mother. Matter of fact, take the children over there and let them babysit them while we go out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come back and find out your dad had been sexually touching your daughter or your son. That ain't what you expect.
No.
You don't figure that your father would be that selfish and deviant to touch his own bloodline,
mm-hmm. Exactly.
his own lineage, his own legacy. You know what I'm saying? This is part of your legacy. But your sexual perversions tempted you to say, you know what, man, this ain't even off limits. So, in this world that we live in, it's sad that this has to be a discussion, but that's why it is hard to trust people because you do see these situations where the brother takes it. Look at Joe Biden, son. That's why it was hard for me to support Joe because Joe went along with that, man. You got a son that died of brain cancer, had a wife and children, and when he dies, the brother come in and take up the slack. Now he's sleeping with his sister-in-law and his nieces and nephews running around now acting like it's normal. And then Joe, Yeah, we approve of it. Y'all sick. So that means he possibly had some type of sick attention or attraction for this woman while his brother was with her. He may have been envious and coveting this woman the entire time his brother was with her. What's to say he wasn't already sleeping with her before the brother died? The brother was sick for a while, brain cancer, probably couldn't perform. Imagine him going over there checking on his brother. Oh man, how you feeling today? You been taking your medicines? I'm just gonna go out here and talk to Susan. She said she wanted to talk to me for a second, and then they in the next room downstairs just give me in. You up here on your deathbed. They had a mad, passionate soap opera set, Erica Kane set. You get what I'm saying? And that's the type of life that exists these days. You know what I'm saying? So many people live a soap opera lifestyle to the point where it's not, I'm going to say it's not abnormal to hear somebody say that they don't trust their family members around their significant others.
I had
So I mean, you know, that's the situation we live in, and it's terrible.
Exactly, Rico. I had a fella on here on well, he was on Real Men Being Men one time. I'm certainly not gonna call his name, but he said that very thing. He said that if one of his brothers, even his brother, came to his house and he wasn't at home, his wife better not let them in the house. His wife better not let them in that house. I was like, wait a minute, man. You talking about your brother, man? I said, you talking about your brother? Your brother can't. Curtis, as a matter of fact, I think Curtis, you might have been on the broadcast when we was talking about this. It was a Real Man Being Men. He said no. He said no, they can't cut. I said, man, that's your brother though. He said, I don't want no man in my house if I ain't there. No man. I was like, wow, that gotta be terrible right there, man. That gotta be a terrible
temptation, man. Temptation is a beast, and man is weak. Human beings aren't that strong to fight all these temptations. I mean, you know, we talked about it before. I done been in a situation where a woman went in to use my restroom innocently, said she couldn't find toilet paper. And I'm like, man, she gotta see it. I got it sitting right by the toilet. Loads of it just stacked up.
Yeah.
And I go and open my bedroom door because I wanted her to use the best restroom, best bathroom instead of the one that the rest of the public use. And she ain't got on nothing. But she's supposed to be off limits. Oh my God, did she just do me like this? I'm in a situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that happens. You know, sometimes you get confronted with temptation by people that you really know are off limits. And now here it is, you understand what humans of the weakness of the human body comes in at. What's persuading you to think a certain way now? You like what you see? So, I mean, you know, yeah, that temptation, man, it really shows you how weak human beings are. And that's the reason why we are apprehensive about trusting our own brothers sometimes.
Wow. Yeah, I guess, man. But, you know, that's a lot. We got another caller from the 816 area code. 816 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Kansas City. K with an E.
K with an E. How you doing this morning?
Fine, and you?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Okay, we're talking about loyalty and dedication. Does they still live in this day and time?
With some people. Yep, it does.
Okay. Now, Kay, I asked another question. I want to get your answer on this. Can I be a family member, but your life is on the line, and you have to call one person that you know without a shadow of a doubt is going to speak on your behalf and save your life? Who would that person be, Kay?
My oldest daughter.
No, that's a family member.
You said without a family member?
Yes. Cannot be a family member. Yes.
My friend Curlin Bosley.
Okay. You call her whole name. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yes,
well,
you
okay.
did. Yes, you sure did. Yes. Okay. Okay. That's good. Dr. Cook, what's on your heart?
I'm just listening.
Okay.
Just listening.
We're ready to switch it up a little bit, and we're gonna go to our topic for today. It's right at 9 o'clock, so we're gonna go ahead and kick this topic off. Little light. It's a little light today. The topic is a little light today, and it is. Enrico, I'm gonna start off with you, brother. Your hygienes ended our relationship. Your hygienes ended our relationship. Is that possible?
Hopefully, the hygiene didn't allow the relationship to start. You caught whatever bad hygiene was going on before you even got too deep. Now, unless you had ulterior motives and you felt like, well, I could deal with this and that as long as I keep getting this. You know what I mean? And I've seen it, like I said, man, you know, sometimes men like what they see in the clothes. They like the accessories and they like the superficial in the body. You know, what you call the big butt and the baby hair and the smile.
Yes, sir.
They like that. And they don't mind walking on a pile of clothes. I've actually seen women, you can go to their homes, man, and their homes are not indicative of how they look when they come out in public. You walk in that house and you think you live in a house full of 8-year-old boys.
Good Lord.
Plates on the floor, uneaten food, clothes from that, panties, you name it, man. I'll be like, wait a minute, what's wrong with her? I gotta go. I'm easing up out of there.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully, you know, the relationship is ended before hopefully you recognize that bad hygiene before you get into a relationship. And if you do happen to go ahead and get into that relationship with that person with that bad hygiene, then that's really an indictment on what you really was out for. Your standards.
That's good.
What kind of standards did you have to go ahead and lay down with this person or try to decide you were going to build with this person? Unless that was some type of compassion or empathy involved and you want to be a hero. We got to understand, sometimes people get involved with other people because they see they can help them. Not only do they love them, now they overlooking what they get out of it. They might be getting set up the greatest. But the biggest thing is that they're trying to find a way to justify being there. Oh, I can help them. They got potential. They just need somebody to support them. So, I mean, you know, like I said, that can play a part in it too.
That's good. That's good. Kirk, your hygienes ended our relationship. What does that say to you? Kurt, you there? Okay. Might have lost Kurt. Hopefully we'll get that brother back in a minute. Dr. Cook, what do you say to that? Your hygienes ended our relationship.
That's very important. It's very important how you keep yourself, and it's very important how you keep your home. You and your house represent you. So that's a very important aspect of your life. You got to make sure you're clean, and your home needs to be clean too. No one wants to go anywhere where there's a lot of chaos. So hygiene is very important.
Good deal. Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother? Your hygienes ended our relationship.
Oh
Lord.
You sitting in the recliner with your hands on the back of your head, leaning back with this one, because it ain't gonna start. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know how that's gonna end one, because you know you have to. I mean, you can't. You got me puzzled, lost for words, because you kind of cute, but you dressed that.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I think that I'll pass.
Pass.
No, just no, man. No, I'm gonna pass on this one, man. Nice. Well, look, I tell you what I'm gonna do. Y'all have to excuse me, but I'm gonna go ahead and hang up now.
No, man, no. We ain't gonna run y'all. No, stay right there, daughter. Stay right there. You good, man. You good. K with an E.
You got him 2 words. How'd you do that?
Man, I ain't never think I get Toussaint like that.
Look, it sounds like he might have had that experience, so he don't even want to talk about it. But anyway.
Oh no!
I know somebody had that experience, and they was married for I don't know how many years. And I seen him one day, and I asked him, I was like, "Well, how's your wife doing?" He said, "I finally left a little." He used to say she smelled pee all the time. I'm like, "What?" And he said, "This she always wants somebody to fool with. I ain't fooling with. She learn how to do something with her hygiene." I said, well, did she just get like that? He said, I guess she did. I ain't smelled pee before. So, yeah, ended their marriage. He tried and tried and tried. Said, I can't do it, sis. I just let it go. I was like, wow. So it happens.
And see, and that's the thing right there. And I wanted to go there as well. What if it's something, Rico? What if it's something that it wasn't like that in the beginning, and over time? Because I had this young lady. She said that she was with this dude, and they was together for a while, and for whatever reason, he stopped. He stopped wanting to take a shower. Stopped wanting to shower, and he maybe shower like twice a month or something like that. I'm like, what? And I'm like,
No.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes the first impression lasts a few years or a few months. You know what I'm saying? And then when people finally get tired of doing, they want to get back in their comfort zone. See, he probably was like that before. But he said, well, you know what? I got to make a good impression. You know, image is everything.
Yes, sir.
I talk about that all the time. Image is so important. So I know people like that right now. They'll put on their best face when they get single and they out here looking for somebody, or they won't dress up or bathe or clean up till they got female company coming over. Rest of the company don't matter. It's just a matter of the fact that this woman coming over, and I got to make my best impression. So now I'm gonna clean up, and I'm gonna bathe, and I'm gonna make sure I pay attention to all the little small things that I do that might look like I'm nasty, might be offensive. But you can only keep that up for so long. If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. So somewhere that man probably already had that in him. He just did what he was. I ain't gonna even say what he wanted to do. He did what he needed to do to get her what he wanted her. And when he finally got comfortable and felt like I got her, he started easing into that his normal self. So that really happens. And I'm gonna be honest with you. That goes to show you sometimes when people do stay in a situation like that, just how much they don't have value in themselves, and the only time they find value is if they got somebody. They got to have somebody on their arm, so they'll put up with it. They'll overlook the filthy behavior, the nasty hygiene. They'll overlook all of that just to say they got somebody. I know a woman that just to make sure she fit in with the rest of the women at her job, she would buy her own Valentine and Christmas presents and have them sent up to the job so he could receive it when the other women received it. He was a crackhead and an alcoholic, and she would leave money out for him every morning before she went to work, so he could go out and make sure he had enough money to buy as much crack as he wanted. And most time he was giving it away. She was enabling him just so she could have a man. Just so she could have a man. So I've seen people put up with things like that, with bad hygiene, bad habits, and keep them around because they don't want to feel like they are not worthy of having somebody. But paying for love, buying love, they're putting up with that bad hygiene. They're putting up with those stinking feet. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the stinking man is the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So she'll put up with them stinking feet. As long as she ain't got to work. As long as she could just sit back and be pretty. So man, you'd be surprised, man. I see it all the time, man. Nasty women and nasty men just settling and conforming and being involved with each other just because they don't want to be alone.
Wow. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother? What if it didn't start off that way, but over time, like I said, the person resort back to their normal ways of living, and the hygiene is terrible.
We got a problem. I mean, wait a minute, man. It's not gonna. It can't last for months, weeks. See, just like now. I hope I don't hurt nobody's feelings. That's why I don't want to talk about it. Because just like you meet somebody, and like Rico say, they dress up to get somebody, and they do the right things to make themselves appealing. But later on, you find out that they just like to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep eating. And they keep eating because they got somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, now I can understand 5, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But we talking about we got 50 here.
Mm-hmm.
You weigh more than me. Well, wait a minute. Let me just now. Let me know. No, I ain't gonna do that direction. No, man. No.
Tucson, tell me. I ain't never had a topic that got you like this, brother. What's going on, man? I ain't never had a topic.
Boy, look, I was met this person and back in the day, and really nice looking, and you know what, they kind of okay, and then you never the first dance, you know, the slow dance.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that, hey, you got a whole pocket here. I'm sorry. I can't talk about this one. I ain't do that. I just don't want to talk about it. I'm going to listen in.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
You'll go there. No, sir. No.
K with an E, what's on your heart? I'm gonna switch it up in a minute. Dawn, I'm gonna switch it up in a minute, brother.
You need to switch it up because look, my brother got a problem with that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with. We're gonna pray for him. Seriously, it ain't serious because he's laughing about it, but I don't know. Might be laughing to keep him crying, but
I
don't know. I'm like, we better leave that alone. He don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You can't hurt nobody's feelings unless you know one of us on this line. Tink tink.
Mm-hmm. Lord. Who else we got on the line? Curtis, are you still with us? Let me see who all we got on the line here. Say we got.
I'm laughing because that's one of my little. You know, I can't stand a stinky person, and I can't stand a grown stinky person.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand it, and I'm gonna say something to you.
Mm-hmm. Let it be known.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Rico, what if
right here. Let me say this before you go. Let me say this. Not a relationship, but I had this guy that was riding with me. He was a smoker, and I don't like nobody smoking in the car, especially the left hand cigarette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he had this awful breath odor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to be a kind person. He needed to ride because I don't know if his car was broke or what. And he riding with me, and he said, "Man, you mind if I smoke?" I said, "Man, just as long as you let the window down."
Mm-hmm.
Because while the window was up, I had to smell his breath.
Yeah. Lord,
and they got some big, and there are some good looking women, but they do not take care of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about hygiene.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to dress it up, but they don't know. They must not have no running water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you something. And I don't want to get too graphic here, but
that's why you got to back out of this country.
Yeah, but I need to leave this alone.
I'm just saying.
I have experienced me and this is way on back. I think this was back in high school. Me and this young girl, we was gonna do some grown folk activities. I'm trying to be we was gonna do some grown folk activities, and we was going through the motions and everything, and we got to the point where we was about to do something, and we had taken all the clothes was off and everything, and I Rico, that's all right. 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 That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. What's wrong? What did I? No. Ain't. I didn't. Maybe I should have told her, but I didn't tell her. But Rico, that was a roadblock, brother.
Yeah, man. You know, I think all those men could tell that story right there, man, and a lot of women could tell it too, but they too embarrassed. They gonna act like they don't know, just like they act like they didn't smell it when we smelled it. Now that thing, that was too strong. You like, man, you know you smell that.
Yeah.
Goodness Lord, I'm about to throw up garbage. But you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A pig with lipstick. Pig with lipstick. That's what it really boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be surprised sometimes that how good some of these pigs look.
Yeah.
But see, me, I'm an observant person, man. I watch people. Men, women, I watch people. I don't like to touch stuff that everybody touch because I see people digging their nose and wiping on their pants and wiping on their shirt and not go wash their hands. I see people just touching, scratch feet. I mean, you sit back and watch people do some scratch to their butt and then go and open the door. And I'm like, man, I got to grab that same door. And he just had his hand in his pants scratching that butt. So, I mean, when you see stuff like that, man, you realize, man, society, man, when it comes to hygiene and standards, society is terrible.
Yeah.
So now it's understandable that some people might leave somebody. I ain't gonna even say in the relationship, might not even get in a relationship right from the very beginning because they're not buying that image, that superficial image. See, anybody can sell a look. You know what I mean? Anybody can look like they're a catch. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good looking, look at me, I'm shaved up. I can look like a catch all day long. But then when you are patient, you can read between the lines and see what's behind that facade that they're wearing. And you start looking at small things, and you're like, well, look, if they won't even do that, if they're not even paying attention to that little small thing, I know they don't understand the importance of these big issues. So now they don't have any problem washing their hands. They don't have any problem doing the things, and they, you know what I'm saying, you get mad when you notice that their hygiene is bad. But I mean, that's what's going on in this society now. In some situations, I know that it's noticed, it's recognized, but people don't say nothing. And I just shake my head because I realize that that's the best he could do, and that's the best she could do. So if somebody is actually putting up with that, number one, they probably got something just as nasty about them.
Yeah.
The reason why they don't say nothing about that nastiness. So now they both are feeling comfortable being nasty together. I got my own little deviant behavior, and you got your low standards. So now ain't neither one of us better than each other. We ain't got to fake it no more. And so they'll stay together. But from what I understand, from what I'm seeing, when I see situations like that, man, those people, that's just the best they can do. And not only is that the best they could do, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to be alone because they could do better. You know, if you get in a situation where you're talking to somebody that had low standards and bad hygiene, why hang around?
Exactly.
Is it because you don't feel like you can get anybody else? So, you know, we notice that. We notice people that get together and have children, then these children grow up smelling like pee. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't never hold it against children, even when I was young. Even though we could be rude when we were young, I didn't hold it against the children because I knew the parents was letting the children come out the house like that. So I'd be like, I wouldn't hold it against my classmates or whatever that went through that. But as grown people, if somebody got to tell you to wash your hands,
exactly.
Watch what hey man, that's a whole nother story, man. That's just a level of filth and low standards that you just love and accept. And like I said, some people just can't do no better. You just have to let them live in they slop.
And that's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, what do you say to that? What's on your heart?
That's true. And you do have to just let them live in it. They can smell themselves before you smell them. My mama always told us that. You can smell yourself before somebody else smells you.
And so there's no excuse. There's no excuse for that young lady. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse for nobody, even a man. A man can smell himself. Y'all can't go to the restaurant without touching yourself.
Well, you know what, Kay? I just realized something. No, I ain't gonna say I just realized this, but this is what I heard a while back. I heard the word nose blind. And that really is true, because once you get used to a smell, you can become immune to how funky it is. Because I was like that with cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So some people get so comfortable living in their body funk to the point that when they go out in other places, they don't understand that they're reeking.
Mm.
They don't understand that they're musky. They don't understand because they're used to it. They don't get comfortable with it. And that, like I said, another sign of low standards, but they have become nose blind. You can't conform and become accustomed to things that really aren't good for you and not even realize it anymore. It's just normal to you.
Mm-hmm. And Tucson,
You know what? I think that it comes from, like, my grandkids play so hard. When I was 5 and 6 and 7, I didn't wear deodorant. They play so hard. They come in here. If you don't go get in that shower, take a shower, put some deodorant on. Like, I don't believe y'all musty. Y'all 5, 6, and 7.
mm-hmm.
We didn't have to do that. But if we didn't tell them to get in there and shower and wash under their arm, you better do something about that odor you got right now. They wouldn't know, and they would grow up with that odor, and then they think it's okay because we allowed them to walk around with being musty. And when I tell y'all they be musty like they smell like some grown people.
Good Lord.
I said, what's going on with these kids today?
Mm-hmm.
I told my daughter, I said, but they need deodorant. Every last one of my granddaughters and grandsons come over here, and they have their own deodorant in their bag.
But
because
you know what?
they have to wear deodorant.
Even with deodorant, I tell people this all the time. You can't wear the same deodorant all the time. You have to switch it up, because Lord, somebody got a good one in that time. You can't wear the same deodorant because your body becomes immune to it. If you start off with, say, Speed Stick, one brand of Speed Stick, 5-6 months after that, you got to change to something else. You got to change to something else because huh?
If I sent y'all a picture of my dresser, y'all would be like, "Kay, you got about 11 things of deodorant," because I have to switch up.
Yeah. You really have to switch up. You really have to. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? If a person is nose blind and they don't know that they're reeking, how do you break that to them? How do you tell them?
Like my dad said, when I was coming up, like Kay was saying, we go out and we play hard outside. And I walked in the house and I said, and I lift my arm up, and I said, "Ooh, my dad said, boy, you mean to tell me you smell yourself?" He said, "People been smelling it."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess the first sign is, ladies and gentlemen, when you start smelling yourself, you late.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody, I don't know, man. How can you be nose blind? I guess there is, because there are some people that walk around with a smile on their face and they musty and they smell like something. I don't even know what it is no more. But they here's another thing. There are people that ride good. I mean, the car is immaculate, it's clean, it's nice, and boy, I tell you, boy, you think they got it going on. Don't you go eat at their house. No.
Don't do it.
I had a fellow work with me, man. You know what he told me?
What is?
I bathe with my dog. Oh man, come on now. When we have a what you call it, when everybody potluck, don't you bring nothing.
Don't bring nothing.
I'm not eating it.
I don't want none. I'm good.
Then he had the nerve to say, "Man, do you put okra in your gumbo?" He said, "No." Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. What is that rolling around in your gumbo? But people look good on the outside, and they talk good too. They ride good, but then, can I use your bathroom? Now, girl, let me tell you something. Now, you know you pick them little things up. Oh, let me get the heck out of here.
Do something.
Let
Boy, you
me
look
get the heck out
at
of here.
that look, that sounds like some experiences right there. That sounds like some experiences right there. We got another caller. Somehow when people are calling in, it's something with the phone lines. It's not even had to call them back. We got another caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Morning. Toya with a T on that line. Hello.
Toya with a T. Good morning. How you doing this morning?
How you doing?
Doing good. Toya, we're talking about your hygienes. Your hygienes ended our relationship. Is that possible?
I don't like those high jeans. I like the low-waisted jeans and then the boots, boot cut jeans, and then
oh, you gonna go there?
sometimes.
You gonna go there?
Oh, okay.
You gonna go? Okay.
My bad. Oh, you talking about how we smell and stuff and things. Oh, okay. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. But why is their hygiene like that? Don't let them be sick and can't do well for themselves and then talking about your hygiene is why I'm leaving. Because you're sick. Can't get everything the way you're supposed to. Babies can't reach to everything they're supposed to, so hygiene that don't count. Now, if you just grown and rusty and funky, now, just because you want to be, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just want to be funky. Well, the only thing I know is that the Brat came up with a song so funkified, and I'm not the Brat, so it's not gonna work. We got to figure something out. So we can look at, sometimes people have issues. Sometimes people have just hygiene things that's always been with them. I'm gonna use a culture for an example, and I don't notice it anymore, but like Indians and Africans would like not use deodorant. They have this very loud, musty smell. You know what I mean? That for us is unbearable, but from their country, that's like kind of what they're used to. So for me, no, we got to talk about some conversion here, honey. No, I'm not asking you to eat pork. I just want you to put some baking soda up on your arms. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So I think it depends on the situation before we leave them for hygienes. But I still prefer those Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. They my favorite.
I know that I got a few friends in the military that lived in Europe, and they say a lot of the Europeans don't wear deodorant. And just like you said, they say they walk around with a rankness about themselves. I mean, they wash, but they just don't use deodorant, and that could be a problem, Rico.
Well, two super high privileged entertainers. I mean, they very, very high value superstars. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis or whatever her name is. They got all this glamour and everything that people glorify them for being celebrities, right? So they have a platform. They're influencers too. And they came out and admitted that they don't bathe their children unless they see dirt on them. What's the use? These are rich people, wealthy people with access and fame, and they're glorified, idolized, out here talking about how nasty they are, and they two peas in the pod. They ain't grow up in the same house together. They met each other. They agree with this shit. They say we don't bathe our children every day. What's the use? We only bathe them when we see dirt on them. Oh well, what about odor? What about germs and bacteria? Some people say you need bacteria. But I mean, it was just crazy for me to hear that, and that's been in the news like for the past couple of weeks. How Ashton Kutcher came on and said that, and I'm like, man, somebody gonna go by and say, well, you know what? Now I don't see no reason to take a bath every day. Ashton Kutcher doesn't. Mila Kunis doesn't. And so I keep going back to that pig with lipstick and being nose blind. For centuries we've been saying some people smell like dog when they get wet, but they think it's just a myth. They don't smell it. They don't smell it. They don't smell Fido and Bullet when they outside caught in the rain, but we smell it. You know what I'm saying? Man, goodness gracious, where that dog smell coming from? Then you realize, oh my goodness, that's where it's coming from. It took me a while to realize where that smell was coming from when I started going to a school with them. And some of them knew what I was saying. Some of them knew what I was saying because they knew where it was coming from. And then some would just walk past like, man, where did dog smell coming from? I didn't even realize it was them. So some of them conform. They're just used to it. You know, so it goes back to being nose blind and conforming again. You know, some people might want to ignore it because they can't help it. It's in their hormone. It's just part of their DNA makeup, you know. But then some people that can have to help it, when you see that they won't get away from it, there's a mental illness going on somewhere. There's a depression. You know, their self-esteem is gone through the floor somewhere. They done lost some type of self-respect for themselves to get to the point where they can consciously smell and stink and not even try to make an effort to even just do better, you know.
Just let themselves go like that.
I think we had a situation where some people that used to come on the show invited another person to come in from out of town, and they said that the woman walked around and had the house smelling like garbage and fish. I ain't dealing with them no more. I ain't never inviting them to my house no more. It just smelled just like garbage. I felt so bad about that when I heard it. I was like, man, number one, that's wrong. You should have told her. Now you telling me you and your daughter sitting back here cracking jokes and the son was saying stinking. Y'all talking about it, but why didn't you tell her? I'm not gonna deal with it anymore. But now you see them every week, they still together. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So who's conforming?
Now
who's settling?
Now what in the world is Toya with a T doing over there? Toya, do I hear you making some sound effects in the background or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to be inconspicuous and point out who the folks is that smell like dogs and who the person is that talking about folks that smell like hot garbage. So I'm just trying to be inconspicuous and whisper in the background over there.
Okay, well, don't whisper because people could hear you. Okay, now let me go to Tucson. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother? Donald?
Yeah, all right. I had to call back because I got upset. I got upset because I thought about something. All of these, excuse me now, but all of these beautiful people with nails and hair down to their back and they dressing nice and they look so beautiful, but your kids nasty. Now that's a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now that's an issue. You got yourself together. Just but you ain't comb your hair. Your child hair, his nose running, his clothes is dirty, and you posting you eating lobster and crab feet and all that crab legs, whatever you call that, all that kind of stuff there. And your child eating cornflakes with water.
Something ain't right with that.
This is the society. This is why I don't want to get into this conversation, is because we are internet folks. We're tick-tackers and Facebookers, and we make ourselves look so good. But some of these people that you look and they live in extravagant lives, and their children don't know where they are. And you're suffering. And they go to school and they can't tell nobody because you say to your kids, you may not tell nobody. Because all you want is a man. And you're shaking it and dropping it like it's hot. What you call that thing where they shake the tail feather? The twerking.
Twerking, yeah.
And they're not only that. Generational twerkers. Come on, Grandma. Stop it.
Cut it out. Cut it out. You ain't even doing it right. You ain't even doing it right. K, what he was saying.
You just shake one time and it lasts 5 minutes.
Oh Lord, see, Lord.
Every time, Grandma, and I can twerk if I want to.
Okay, well you go ahead and knock yourself out. I ain't gonna argue with you.
Wait, say go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self.
Yeah, they can't come around me and they look like they going to take glamour shots, and their kids look a mess. They can't come around me. I just ball my son in the mouth because I'm taking all my grandkids to the zoo, and they didn't come. I gotta comb hair, bathe, and do all that. I said, what the mamas don't want? I said, you know what? They better get over that. They don't want no other woman combing their kids' hair. They need to stay at home then, because they can't go with me looking like that. But she all on Facebook looking like she the #1 call girl or something. I said, this ain't cool with me. And I called her, when you send her over here, have her hair combed. She used to have her hair so pretty. Well, she don't want to sit that long. You sit that long to get all that hair down to your tail. She needs to sit down and get her hair braided, and she can get her own hair braided. Don't put no hair in her hair. You don't want that hair in her hair. Braid her own hair.
Yep.
I went up on them. I wasn't having it because
they
always look good. I told my son, you look good. Go pay somebody to do her hair.
Exactly.
I said, simple as it. That don't make sense to me, so I don't have it. They can't come around me, even if I don't know you, and they come to my events, and I'll be like, honey, come here, let me say something to you. You shouldn't come out in public and you look like a movie star, and your child look like an orphan. I think people are looking at that. You took the time to do your hair. You took the time to make sure you look good. Why the little boy's hair ain't cut? I don't bite my tongue even with the strangers. These young people look up to me. So in order for them to look up to me and respect me, they gotta know Miss K don't tell the truth.
That's good. That's good. Toya with a T, what's on your heart now? Now your friend, she dressed to the nines, and you look at the kids, they got holy clothes on, and the clothes are not clean, the hair ain't done, dirt all in the nails and all kind of things. Toya with a T, how do you handle that?
Well, you got to understand, I was a manager, and I used to have to address those issues. And some people got an issue addressing those issues. But I'm going to come over and pull you to the side. Look here, sweetheart. I'm not trying to be funny, boo. But we're not going to do that. Do what? See, listen, I don't know how you're going to take this, right? But we need to go ahead and wash up on them underarms, right? Because they smell. I smell it. Okay? I smell you, and you can't be doing that. Okay, so do I need to help you, or do you need to get some? But this is what's going on. Okay, I smell a little bit of boo duty. Okay, we got to do something about that. I'm gonna call it out. I don't have a problem being totally, brutally, 100% honest. I don't have a problem pulling you to the side, say this is what you need, and do I need to get anything for you? I do not have a problem. If someone, especially on a job, someone comes, oh, Miss Toya, they just and the third. I'm taking them to the handbook now. You do understand that hygiene does affect how we work in food, and we can make somebody else sick. So I need to talk about a couple of things with you. We got a couple of issues. I don't know if it's deodorant or whatever it is, but we need to get them solved because there's people who smell you. I smell you, and it's unacceptable. So let me know what we can do to fix it. I'm not going to do all that playing. I'm not going to do all that. Lord, help me behave myself. Father, please help me behave myself. I'm not going to talk about nobody who I know is smoking and you call me my friend and you stand in my friend. You ain't got to be my friend. If you're around me and I'm influential in whatever situation, like I say, whether it be work or home or we associate, I'm going to say something to you. But this is another indicator how we know people are not really for us. They stand on the sidelines and talk and chat. But they don't never come to you and say, hey, you know what? You a little funky today, girl. What you had going on last night? What you get there? Then we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But we'll be rude in any other way. We'll do any other thing rudely. We'll cut them off. We'll say something crazy out of our mouth we ain't got no business saying. But when it comes to doing something or saying something that's going to benefit the next person, some of us humans are so jealous, insecure, and raggedy.
Come on.
We ain't even gonna say it.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna say, oh, you gotta, hit your this, or even if they halitosis, a lot of people got halitosis. Bruh, I'm not trying to be funny, or sis, I'm not trying to be funny, but your breath stink. Like, we got to do something about it. I'm all the way over here and I smell it. Like, people are not going to do it. So I feel like at the end of the day, people do not have their best interests at heart. And after a situation I found out of a friend saying they got a friend and the friend smelling, you ain't said nothing to her. And you said something to me. And they said something to her. And I don't even fool her. Should have known right then. People do not have the best intention for you. If you're walking around with something in your teeth or smelling, or raggedy or a hole in something, and they ain't said nothing to you. They devils sitting on the sideline waiting for you to fail.
There's Toussaint. No. Better yet, Rico, talk to me. I ain't been to Rico in a minute. What's on your heart, brother?
You know how many times? Oh, let me say excuse me too, man. Y'all, I got this hernia problem every now and then, and it caused me to get indigestion and burp and stuff. So that was me. I didn't know I didn't have it on mute. Normally I have it on mute, but that slipped out earlier. That wasn't intentional.
No, you good.
I've seen so many people just need somebody to tell them, hey man, you got a little coal in your eye. Hey man, you got a booger hanging from your nose. I mean, and there's not a cuss word. It's not a bad word, but I've seen people look past those people and wouldn't tell them, hey man, you need to go clean your nose right quick. Go look in the mirror, man, so you can see where it is. Like you don't want to put your finger in your nose to show them where it's at.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna put your finger, So but some people won't say nothing. Period. That's it. Right there, talk in your face with a big, huge one sitting right on the edge of your nose.
Yep.
And they'll let you go on and walk away from them with that. Smell you, But there are sometimes when I could be angry. Like, say, for instance, it's been situations where I saw the children didn't have it, and I was angry because the mom had it. Then there were other times I saw the mother, and I understood why they didn't have it, and I was sympathetic. You get what I'm saying? And so sometimes when you're sympathetic, you can actually extend some help. You can offer some help or assistance to them, even if it's to let them know that you acknowledge it. Because maybe they ain't nothing, and they are acknowledge it, but they just trying to deal with it as long as they can. They know they stink, but they need this haircut. And they going to sit back and they know everybody don't want to smell it. They see people turning their heads and swinging their eyes. They know they stinking. And they embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? It won't hurt to go up to them and be like, hey, man, if y'all want to, y'all can come back here and wash up real quick or something. Give them some deodorant, take them to Dollar General, whatever. But I've seen a situation where you couldn't say anything. A situation where a stud came into the barbershop with her son. She had her dreads done, and she actually sat down in the barbershop chair before her boys did, because she wanted to make sure she had her fade and her lineup right for her dreads. Sitting up there dressed up looking like Lil Wayne. Truck did everything. And her girlfriend, the film, she was in her car, in the car, and still sitting in the car waiting on them to come out. And she had two daughters. Now, these two daughters, they were dressed very feminine, like the film in the relationship, like their mom. But you could still feel when I walked out, I was sitting out there, just standing outside looking, and I saw them talking, and they had their own little conversation going on. And to me, I was assuming that it could have been about how their mom looking comfortable with this other woman that thinks she a man. Because it was you could tell the conversation between the two daughters was sort of like, they didn't want the mom to know they were talking.
Yeah.
But the stud, oh man, the stud was so disgusting to me, because she walked around there and talked so fly and popped off her money. But them boys she had, man, they were like 8 and 9 years old. They had on some white girls, some little Mr. Rogers neighborhood shoes, and clothes like they came from Dollar General, hair nappy, and they had a scent. And these were her sons. I'm thinking to myself, now, if you clean, you got on the J's and you got on the truck fit outfit and your tattoos all good and you looking like you ready to go out and have a good time. She looked good and her daughters look good, but these boys look like they probably just getting picked up for the first time in a week or two. But they were quiet, so quiet and submissive and passive. I can almost tell they were effeminate. And I don't even want to say effeminate. They may have just been more embarrassed and shy.
But you know what, Rico?
Even situation. So I mean, that was a situation where I was sympathetic toward the boys, but I was so angry with that stud mother, because I could tell she was more into her lifestyle than being a mother.
But let me say this: a lot of times, man, that stud could actually hate the boys because they are boys.
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. Yeah. When I saw the shoes that they had on, I was like, wait a minute, man, these are some shoes that girls are supposed to be wearing in the first place.
Yep.
And if a boy has to wear them, that means that they probably coming from a situation where they are in extreme poverty. These boys look like they were in extreme poverty, and the only things that looked good were the two women and the two daughters. They look like they were going to go take pictures, and these little boys look like they were just getting ready to get dumped off, so like they just out behind the building picking out a trash can.
Yeah, because she could very well hate them boys because they're boys and treat them in that way because they are boys, and she always wanted to be one. And so, that's
who knows?
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, but that could very well be what the case is. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother?
It's timing, because, you can't just walk up to a person and say, man, you're birthday. Or, man, you got an odor. There are some people that we work with. You ever heard of shingles?
Yes.
I think it has an odor. So you'd be wondering, what is that? What is that? So you gotta find the timing. You can't do that in the crowd and say, hey, come here, let me talk to you. And then you do the little sign with your finger by your nose and say, you got a little something right there. Zip, man, hey, bro, your pants unzipped. So there's a way to do things. And here's another thing about some ladies. And I'm not picking at the ladies, but there's some men do the same thing. They're trying to arrive. They're trying to make it because they are living in poverty, but they're trying to get somewhere. So they dress the part because they're really struggling. So they dress the part trying to make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, they're faking it till they're making it, but see, you can't. There's some ladies that you don't know it. You don't know why they're on the pole. Because they got 5 children. And they're going to college. And they're trying to put themselves through college. So that's their role. You just calling them all kind of bees and stuff like that. That might not be the case. So there are some incidents that, you wonder why the child got 2 left shoes. Because they're struggling.
Yeah.
There's nothing in life is just that way. You can't just, like I was saying, got a little angry with, the mom is dressed a certain way and the kids are struggling. Well, the mom is trying to make it. She's tired of going home after looking good all day. And then you got to feed your child cornflakes and water. So she's trying to present herself in a certain way, hoping to get a good job because she's tired of flipping hamburgers.
Yeah.
Letting people talk to her any kind of way. So nothing's, you can't say that nothing is, somebody is just that way. Some people have, no matter how much they take a bath and what kind of deodorant they put, they have a smell. They can wash their mouth out and drink mouthwash, but they have halitosis. And some people got bad hair.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So hey. And Kay, just so you know, I was not having flashbacks.
Got you. Kay, what's on your heart, sis?
Look, he said some people have bad hair, but y'all know the bad hair syndrome is gone because they wear their hair just like that now. Bad hair and all. Wake up. I can't even do it. I'm all natural, but I literally have to do something to my hair. I can't just wake up and sponge it. I can't just wake up and just play with it with my hands and just wear it like that. I have to do something to my hair. My daughter gonna be mad at me. But y'all know I'm guilty because I know this person. They were sitting on my sofa and we fell asleep watching a movie. And it was me and my son. It was about 3 of us. And I just my mouth, I don't have no filter. And I was like, oh my God, what is that smell? And I just kind of hit her leg, close your mouth, your breath stinks. And she woke up and she remembered me saying that to her. And so when she woke up, she said, I got to get my dental work done. That's why my breath be stinking. Well, if you know you got to have dental work, I just kind of like flipped because my stomach got to turning and stuff. But it was hard. But I do want to give a shout out to our little Lisa, y'all. She ran for something over there, in Johnson County, Kansas over there. She ran for something, but she lost. But I give her, she tried. She did it. She did get her name on the ballot.
Miss Goddess. Talking about Miss Goddess. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have to give a shout out to her.
Good deal. Good deal. And that's a milestone that she actually put herself in that race and got on the ballot and stuff like that. So that's a milestone as well. That's good. That's real good. Toya with a T.
Yes, sir.
What's on your heart, sis?
Oh, nothing. I'm over here still trying to put on these Gloria Vanderbilt jeans.
Let me ask the question. We're going to start some mess now. Now we're about to start some mess. We got 10 minutes, and I want to start some mess. I should do
Start no mess, won't be no mess.
I'm about to start some mess.
Start no mess, won't be no mess, Ryan.
Why is it that y'all ladies, and I'm gonna ask the question, why is it y'all ladies always talking about this now? Y'all got fake hair, fake nail, fake eyelashes, fake booty, fake breasts, but y'all always talking about y'all want a real man.
Yeah, ain't no real men though, because men fake.
But y'all got fake eyelashes.
Everything. Men lie and say they got jobs they ain't got. They lie and say they gonna do stuff they ain't gonna do. They lie and say they love you just to get some booty. So we get the fakeness from y'all first. However,
everything fake though.
Like
everything fake. Everything fake.
Yeah, just like y'all pockets.
Y'all can take
just like y'all ability to tell the truth.
Y'all can take everything that y'all got off, put it on the dresser, and it almost be another person.
That's Toya. Toya, can I answer him for you real quick? I'm just standing in your defense. Raheem.
Yes.
You say why?
Yes.
Why do we have a fake that, but we want a real man?
Yeah.
Because we don't want no man that when we walk out the door, here and there, put on our lingerie and our lashes and our heels and our fake butt.
Well, we don't want no woman that we go to the cookout and y'all gonna melt down.
Sure, y'all already melt down. Y'all got on face. Y'all got on face.
We can't go to the cookout. We can't even go close to the grill. I can't even take you close to the grill.
They want titties. Now they want titties.
Now look.
Now y'all want.
But see, y'all don't want to deal. Y'all don't want to deal with what I'm talking about. We can't even take y'all close to the grill, because if we take you too close to the grill, y'all gonna melt down. Rico, talk.
You can't take some of them, but for most of the natural ones, you can take them. You just gotta pick and choose. You gotta be picky on what you pick. Don't pick up the first piece of candy you see, because it might not.
But I'm just saying, if y'all have to be what you want though. If y'all want a real man, y'all got to be real too now. Some. Stop it. Y'all got to be real. Rico, talk to me, brother.
Stop.
Well, you know what? She said something that's true. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lord. Rico, whose side you on, Rico?
Heterosexual men started something, and now we don't know how to deal with this monster we created. And that's faking it till you make it thing. Flogging. We call it flogging and popping and flexing. You know what I'm saying? That's the names we used to put on it. People trying to make themselves out to be bigger than what they are. And so since, we adapted in this society to believing that that's what you need to do to make it, now women are taking it to the extreme, because there was never any limits, put in place to say, well, okay, you can't do it when it comes to this, you can't do it. And the really true, that goes to show you how behavior starts. You know what I'm saying? When you open the door to start doing something dishonorable, but you justify it to make it meet, so it can meet the ends that you're trying to meet, then the next person is going to use the same excuse and the same justification, and you can't deny that. So if they want to put on the fake butts and the fake lashes, you got to ask, where did that come from? You know what I'm saying? The whole behavior and the activity of being fake started from us, and they adapted. We really got to understand a lot of time when these behaviors we dislike, they adapted this behavior and this mindset from a dominant society that started that mess.
But my thing, and all that could be true. All that could be absolutely true. As a matter of fact, I would say that it is true. But they so hard on, I want a real man. I want a real man. They got everything fake. You take, like I said earlier, man, you take all the parts off of them and put it on the dresser. Now, Donald Toussaint, you almost got a whole new person. Talk to me, Donna. Donna the ran from this.
Donna know better. Donna know better.
See, Donna know better.
Donna like a woman that's dressed up and
You know what?
pretty.
We got to think about this side.
Mm-hmm.
There have been men on the down low for years.
Mm-hmm.
There have been men that like other men for years. Men, look, somehow transsexual men and transvestites and female impersonators, they met suitable mates.
Mm-hmm.
They met men that they were looking for. Some of these men had women, so some of these women understood, you know what, man, you don't like what I look like. You don't even like the real me. You going out here looking at a man that's dressed up to look like a woman.
Right.
So now look at the makeup that they wear now. They're not even doing the glamour shots makeup. They doing female impersonator makeup now.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because they think that's what makeup is. Somehow they're thinking, they think, oh man, y'all don't like good women, y'all like whores, so we might as start being whores. You ever heard a woman say that?
Yeah.
So now look at the makeup they're doing. Now you got two women that look totally opposite of each other, get in the mirror by each other, put on some makeup and come out looking like identical twins. Mm-hmm. If that ain't male impersonator, so you know they want the Jessica Rabbit body. They ain't that the woman that was on Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, Jessica. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want the Betty Boop body. They want them eyelashes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want to have that in the butt because that's what a lot of men tend to cheat on legitimate, real solid women with. Those people, those superficial women with the extreme accessories.
Mm-hmm. And
the one that look good in the pants, but when they take the pants out, all that form go to waste. It's gone. You don't know what happened to that shape.
Fall all over the place.
They Lord Jesus. K with the E, talk to me. K, you there?
You know, I gotta find a mute button.
You were just talking.
That don't mean I don't go back on mute.
Okay, what's on your heart? We got 4 minutes.
We got 4 minutes. I'm gonna tell everybody to keep your mind right, stay prayed up, because we don't want you to be the next victim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hold on. Alexander said something. See what he said. Hold on. Let me see. Can I get to this part? Girl, you seem to change it every day. Your hair was long, but now it's short. You say I got it cut. Well, I don't see no hair on the floor. I don't see no hair on the floor. That's fake.
The speaker said something really interesting that stuck with me yesterday.
Say it again.
He said, the speaker, he said,
your phone is low, okay? Your phone is real low.
He said, if we get a whole lot of TLC, then we'll make a difference in the world. Y'all know what TLC stands for?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Teach. Nope, you don't. It stands for teach, laugh, and change.
Oh Lord. See, he done changed.
That was awesome.
He
change.
He done changed it up. He done changed it up on it. I got you. Toya with a T. We got 2 minutes. What's on your heart, sis? We got
these last 2 minutes. Ladies, pay attention to what Raheem said. They just be playing about that makeup, but I'm over it. Use your confidence, whatever it is. I'm like you, Raheem. I done finally figured it out. I'm not doing all that hair and nails and stuff no more. Unless it's a special education, special event. But if you want me for me, all of me. You want to take me the ugly way, so that way when I go ahead and get dressed up on you, you ain't gonna know how to act, baby, because y'all don't deserve it and y'all don't appreciate when we be trying to look cute and sexy. It's an issue whether we is or whether we ain't. If you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat. So be yourself and don't be spending all your money on everybody else's cosmetics. Invest in yourself and you'll be surprised how they flock to you. Great show though, right here. Keep up the good work.
Absolutely appreciate you. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this just for the record, and I'm gonna go to Rico after I say it and see how he feel about it. But truth of the matter, ladies, y'all sometimes y'all take a long time in front of the mirror. Y'all take a long time to get yourself together. Sometimes we might end up being late because y'all put that extra time in. But truth of the matter, after we complain, we can say we want to say, but we appreciate it. Because when y'all come out, y'all look so beautiful. We really do appreciate it. Now we might complain, man, it's been 2 hours. We might complain whatever it is, but at the same time, when we look at you, we really appreciate it. We really do appreciate the work and the effort. You know, to see a young lady that really took time to take care of herself, we appreciate that. A good man appreciate that. Rico, what do you say to that?
Man, that depends. It depends on how long it takes you to take that stuff off. I ain't think you waiting all night, man. Baby, come on the bed, man. I want you now, man. I got to take another 2 hours for you to take all this stuff off, man.
Man, I'm
I ain't
sleep.
gonna go through all this a 5-hour routine. No, it depends, man. It depends. I mean, you know, hopefully you get somebody that, you know, pleases you enough and feels confidence in their appearance enough to where they don't feel like they have to do a whole transformation, because that might be a sign that they're not happy with who they are, and they want to look like somebody completely different. So I mean, you know, I miss the days of just a little bit of lipstick and eyeliner, just a little bit of eyeshadow here and now, whatever it was that they used to put on, but it didn't take much. It was just a little accent. Now, I don't like this complete transformation. Every day shouldn't be a makeover.
Again, just throw the makeup. Throw the
you
makeup
look like
up
you
there.
put on a whole mask. Who are you today? What mask you got on today? You looking like Rihanna today. You actually lightened up a little bit. Your neck is a whole different color than your face. What's going on with that?
Exactly.
So now we ain't got to do all that. You might have to take a bath before you get in the bed, man. I ain't trying to have no makeup all on me in the process. I'm trying to be intimate. I don't taste no makeup on my. You go, it's too much. So you know. But before we go, can Toya repeat the date of her graduation party? Because I think it's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, I asked about it yesterday. I'll tell you when is it?
Yeah, you guys, it is August 8th. It's the Sunday. It starts at 1 and it's at my church. So if you guys want to come early and catch the service, my pastor's really, he's straight from the streets. But when I tell you he keep it real, he has a good word. But yeah, right after that, it's going to be at 1. My first lady put me on the spot, man. They got me singing this song. I can't sing like that. I know it, no, but they got me singing this song. See, I got to come hear me crack up when I sing that song.
Toya, no, Toya, don't sing, no.
Yeah, absolutely, I am. Gospel song. God loves everything. Y'all might have y'all ears hurting, so bring some earplugs. But the Lord, he gonna love every last drip drop of that song I sing, because it's a song for Him.
There you go, and that's all.
So bring your earplugs out and your headphones, so you don't get your eardrums cracked.
Rico, that's how.
Tell everybody what a church is.
Toya?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. It's Ascending Temple of Holiness, and I'm gonna send you a flyer in a minute to y'all. But Ascending Temple of Holiness at 428 Wilson Road in Griffin, Georgia. That's Ascending Temple of Holiness, 428 Wilson Road in Griffin, Georgia. And I'm gonna look for the flyer right now and send it to your inbox and post it. I'll send it to you right.
Good deal. Appreciate you. Rico, what's going on? I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead.
I just told her congratulations.
Good deal. Absolutely.
Thank you,
Rico, what's going on at 3:00 today, sir?
There's a replay of this show going on at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In case you missed it and would like to catch the replay in its entirety on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
Good deal. Toya with a T. Will you pray us out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Thank you, Father, for another glorious day. We come to you humbly and ask that you do your will, Lord, in our lives. We ask that you keep us covered and protected, and make sure you extend that out to our friends, and our friends, Lord. We want to continue to thank you for your mercy, honor, and grace. And we want to continue to thank you for everything you've done and everything you continue to do. We love you. We come to you with honor and mercy. In Jesus' name, amen, amen.
Amen. See? She did that without singing, y'all. She did it without singing. Praise God. It is now.
I'm gonna get you right.
I know you are. I already know. It is on 10:04. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is 10:04. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. 1, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light in you from the morning glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. You'll have a great day. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Love you, and you all take care of each other and stay blessed.